102.5 WBXO, classic rock redefined. Another special edition on the Pat Show today. Such an honor to have on the phone singer, songwriter, all-around musician, but pretty much best known as the bassist of Atlanta's supergroup Collective Soul. Welcome, Will Turpin. Hey, Will, how's it going, my friend?
Man, it's going great, Pat. Thanks, man.
Will and the great Collective Soul currently on the Rock and Roll Express Tour, co-headlining with another supergroup, Three Doors Down, and special guest Soul Asylum. Will, first, how's the tour going? I'm sure it's going great, and I must admit, really two great fitting bands in one great show. How's it going?
Man, it's going great. We've known the Three Doors Down guys for a bit and spent some time with them, so we knew we'd get along with them. But Soul Asylum's been great to meet and jam with as well. So, yeah, man, we're having a blast. I mean, literally last night we were all outside of our buses having laughs, sharing drinks and talking about stories, all three bands, until the bus drivers made us get on the bus and go to the next town.
Well, you can't ask for anything more than that. That's really cool. Hey, just to share with my listeners your musical background, I've done some research and read. Music has always seemed to be in your bloodstream. With your dad, the reel-to-reel studio, piano, drums. If you can just share some of that history with our listeners here.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's important for people to realize, where Collective Soul came from. It was a small town south of Atlanta. The Rowland brothers, Ed and Dean, their father was the choir director at the Baptist church.
Wow.
And my father owned a local recording studio, small recording studio there. So my earliest memories, I knew Ed and Dean. They lived 2 streets over from me. And then as we got older, music was a big part of obviously both of our families and all of the guys that were original to Collective Soul. And my father's studio kind of was the hub for Collective Soul. Ed was 6 years my senior, and my friends, he was 6 years older, so I tell everybody his friends started getting married and getting real jobs. And pretty much as soon as we got out of high school, Ed started snagging up me and Shane and Ross, and then the last, kind of the last guy to join was Dean, his younger brother, and our good friend. So it was a really tight knit circle there in our little town. And yeah, because of those things, the studio, my father's studio, reel to reel. I mean, I saw bluegrass, I saw R&B, I saw rock and roll, I saw country music from my earliest ages, man. So, I was taking piano lessons, drums, and just always been surrounded by music, man. It's kind of like one of those things where I don't ever remember thinking about not being a musician. I was always a musician.
Cool. Will, do you ever get a chance to say, wow, you look back, it's almost the 25th anniversary, I believe, for Collective Soul, I think next year. Do you pinch yourself and look back and go, wow, there's these guys from small little Georgia, worldwide touring, your music is known throughout. I mean, do you ever say, man, how blessed we were and how fortunate we were?
I mean, I got to be honest, Pat, we do it on stage every night, man. At the end of our set, we let everybody know how thankful we are for the opportunity. And while we do feel like we have something to offer and we feel like our art is strong, we thank the fans and the people who really, that's who really elevates us and gives us this opportunity to be able to create music for a living. So, man, we are thankful, and we mention it every night. We couldn't go without mentioning it.
Excellent. What can you share with us working with, Ed and Dean and their incredible work? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Their work is maybe underrated, but Ed's lyrics and the music that you guys have put together, it's incredible. And I don't think they get enough credit for what you've really achieved.
I mean, I've heard us described as underrated before, but I don't really have to play into that or worry about where we belong in the finality of people's minds of what we've accomplished. I can tell you this: Ed's lyrics and his prolific output, I think, belongs amongst our peers. I think it belongs amongst the best.
Absolutely.
And I feel like Collective Soul, we've got, I don't know how many official records at this point though, but I don't think there's a lot of BS we put out there. I think there's not a lot of filler, and we're just proud of how strong we think it is.
It's great stuff, and I've been a fan since the beginning, going back to probably 93 or 94 when you first got out there. What's your role in the songwriting process? Do you build off of Ed and Dean's work, all you guys? How does that all work?
I mean, there's kind of basically like two. Yeah, that's a good question. We get asked a lot. There's basically like two different ways. I mean, there's always a variations of those, but there's songs like a song like Run, where Ed comes to us with an acoustic guitar and goes, check this song out, and he's written a verse and a chorus, and he's really kind of mapped out the form of the song already, and we turn that in, we throw our flavors in there, and we turn that into a collective soul tune.
Wow.
And then there's tunes where we're all in a room and we're starting with more like riff based, and we're all kind of jamming off of each other. And those songs are more like the heavies, or something off of the latest record, something like Contagious, would have came off of more of like a jam session vibe.
Do you prefer the work in the studio together with the guys, or do you send wave files, or do you do both? I mean, do you enjoy that interaction? Like if somebody says, hey, wait, add this, Will, or add that, does it work better? Is that how it works for you guys?
I think with today's technology, you can definitely send files here and there, but when you've reached a certain level of being able to create and how to create, I think most people agree that in person there's still an energy transfer and something that you can build upon it's kind of magical. You can't really describe it, but we have to be playing live in the room together to get that, and we have to be feeling it together. And like I said, it's one of those kind of mysterious things. It's kind of magical, but it's there and it's real, and people who can tap into it know it.
Yeah, I could imagine that. All right, well, I got to tell you, the Serengeti Drivers that you just released out in June. I mean, and I'm being as honest and frank as possible. Wow, solid songs throughout the entire album. A few of them, could almost fit as collective soul songs. And one of the questions is, well, I guess before I want to get to that, so solid material, radio friendly. I'm looking forward to promoting this starting tomorrow night. I got to start playing Demons or All on You or Faith, Hope, and Love and Belong. I mean, I played it with my wife a couple times, and we shake our heads going, a lot of this should be top 10 stuff, and sadly only maybe a few of people like me that have the flexibility to play this stuff, because we're rarities anymore, but we're going to get it out there for you. Let me just start off. So, like I said, a few of them could almost fit as collective soul. How are you able to separate that? Do you bring some of these songs to the guys? And I did bring All on You to the guys, and they liked it, but there wasn't much said about it. And then, funny enough, as soon as it's recorded, and then the final product's heard, they're very very complimentary of it. Ed's like, really, you brought that song to me? He didn't even really, because like sometimes when you audition a song, it sounds so different than when it's complete, Right.
But man, I write those songs mainly behind piano, or like that song All on You. You can tell that's a wordlitzer. I write those songs behind keyboards, and most of the inspiration and lyrics come to me kind of in a lightning bolt moment when I'm just trying to open my mind to creativity. And for the most part, I just don't feel like they're collective soul tunes. So it's cool to be able to have another outlet. I get to explore my creativity outside of collective soul, and release solo records on the side. And of course, Ed's got his side project, the Sweet Tea Project. Dean has a side project, Magnets and Ghosts. So our whole thing is we really feel like the ability to go create with other forms, or bands or whatever, makes us stronger when we come back together. So that's, we support each other, and it makes us a stronger band at the end.
Wow. Well, that is really heavy, because and I did read that it's really encouraged throughout the Collective Soul, which is a different approach because, many bandmates depart and become, more of a solo, but not for you guys. And you know what? That probably keeps that magic and the cohesiveness of what you guys do so well. We're talking with Will Turpin of Collective Soul. Will's on tour with Collective Soul and Three Doors Down. Got a great album out, Serengeti Drivers, that we're going to again play. After this current summer tour with Collective Soul, Will, do you plan to take this album on the road? And because I would love to see you live.
Yeah, I am going to try to do as many shows as possible, especially if I can get on some festivals or maybe open up for somebody. Yeah, I got a good band. Some guys I've been playing with. They're really good players. Most of those guys I've known now close to 20 years. So, yeah, I'd like to get out there and play. Of course, Collective Soul's busy. We're looking at 25 years next year. We're gonna really hit it hard again next year for the 25th. We've finished recording over 20 tunes, and Collective Soul plans on releasing we're not sure exactly how we're going to roll it out, but we're going to do 25 tunes for the 25th and have a double album by the time it's all done. Excellent.
You're a very busy guy, my friend. I see you own your own record label as well, Gooey Music. How important is that you have your own label in today's world anymore?
Yeah, I think it's real important. I mean, it serves as a great vehicle for my stuff, but even after releasing this last record, I'm looking forward to being able to work with and release maybe some other people's records. So yeah, because it's today's world, you can outsource, and the business relationships that I've created over the years, you can do some stuff. Obviously, there's labels out there, and even smaller labels who have more of a staff that could possibly do more, but you don't necessarily need that in today's world.
That is very true. All right, my friend, anything else that I could help promote for you at this current time?
Man, you're kicking ass for us. We appreciate it, man. We let everybody know how much we appreciate the fans, and we're Collective Souls be whipping ass here for the next year and a half at least, man.
Well, we love that, buddy. I've always been a fan. Love, the sad part about it, I'm going to be really honest, I have never seen you guys live. I was just in Myrtle Beach a couple of weeks ago, and we were flying out Saturday, and here you are at the House of Blues. And when you play in New York, I'm in California, and I'm screaming at my wife going, I can't believe I missed these guys. You wouldn't play in our backyard, and I wasn't in town. And I'm like, so I am looking forward so much to Mohegan Sun. It takes me 24 years.
We're known as a great live band, so I'm glad you're going to get to see us.
24 years, Will. I'm finally getting to see you guys, and I know you're a great live band, and I can't wait. Will and Collective Soul tonight down in New Jersey, Long Island next Tuesday. Yeah, I'm going to be that 5-year-old, that 56-year-old jumping up and down like a 5-year-old, seeing you guys at Mohegan Sun on Thursday, Niagara Falls on the 18th, Atlantic City on the 19th. Will, I hope you enjoyed the chat as much as I did. I can't wait to roll the dice with you so we can play your entire album.
Let's do that. Let's do it.
All right, well, let Red Light, those guys know, let Amanda know, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with the Three Doors Down guys and you guys as well. Safe travels, my friend. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, same to you, man. See you, buddy.
Okay, Will.
Shiny and clean. I'm your recent adaptation. Time to world's done shaking, the world's done shaking, the world's done shaking me down. The world's done shaking, the world's done shaking, the world's done shaking.